Hey there, fellow Americans. Breaking news that could affect your bank account this week: $7,000 one-time payments are being deposited into accounts across the nation as part of the latest Social Security update. That's right. Thousands of eligible Americans are about to see a significant boost to their finances during these challenging economic times. Are you one of them? Stay tuned to find out if you qualify and how to make sure you don't miss out on this critical payment. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss important updates like this one that could put thousands of dollars in your pocket. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you the latest Social Security news, benefit updates, and financial information that directly impacts your wallet, often before the mainstream media covers it. Let me dive right into what's happening with these $7,000 payments. The Social Security Administration has just announced a special relief measure targeting specific beneficiaries who have been most affected by the recent economic conditions. This isn't your regular cost of living adjustment or monthly benefit. This is an additional one-time payment being issued to address gaps in previous benefits and compensate for unexpected inflation impacts that weren't factored into earlier calculations. The payments started processing on Monday and will continue to be distributed throughout this week, with direct deposits appearing as SSA special payment in your bank statement. Now you might be wondering, do I qualify for this payment? That's the million-dollar question, or in this case, the $7,000 question. The primary recipients are Social Security beneficiaries who meet specific criteria established by the emergency relief provision passed last month. This includes individuals who have been receiving benefits for at least 10 years and whose monthly payment falls below certain thresholds. Additionally, those who have dependent children or who are above the age of 75 may receive enhanced payments, as these demographics have been identified as particularly vulnerable to recent economic pressures. What makes this payment special is that, unlike regular Social Security benefits, this one-time relief payment won't be subject to the usual income restrictions or offset calculations. This means even if you have other income sources that normally affect your Social Security benefits, this payment will be provided in full to those who qualify. Have you checked your account yet to see if you've received it? Many recipients are reporting that the funds have already appeared in their accounts, though some banks may have a processing delay of 1 to 3 business days. I want to emphasize how crucial it is to verify your banking information with the Social Security Administration immediately if you haven't seen the payment yet. The SSA has set up a dedicated portal on their website specifically for tracking these one-time payments, separate from their regular benefit tracking system. If your direct deposit information has changed recently or if you typically receive physical checks, you'll want to log into your My Social Security account or call the designated hotline to ensure your payment isn't delayed. Did you know that according to the SSA, nearly 12% of eligible beneficiaries have outdated contact information that could delay their payments? Beyond the basic qualification requirements, there are several special circumstances that could affect the amount you receive. For instance, married couples where both spouses or beneficiaries may receive adjusted amounts based on their combined benefits. Also, those who have only recently started receiving Social Security within the past year may be eligible for prorated amounts. Have you considered whether any of these special circumstances apply to your situation? It could make a significant difference in what you receive. Let's talk about the background of how this payment came to be, because understanding the context helps clarify why certain people qualify while others might not. Following extensive advocacy from senior rights groups and economic policy experts, lawmakers recognized that traditional cost of living adjustments weren't keeping pace with the unique economic challenges facing beneficiaries today. Housing costs have risen dramatically in many regions, pharmaceutical prices continue to climb despite recent reforms, and grocery expenses have increased at rates not seen in decades. Does this sound familiar to your experience? Many Social Security recipients have been forced to make impossible choices between medication, food, and housing. The funding for these payments comes from a combination of sources, including unallocated funds from previous relief packages and adjustments to the Social Security Trust Fund calculations. Economists project that rather than depleting resources, these one-time payments may actually stimulate local economies as recipients spend on delayed necessities, creating a positive ripple effect in communities where many Social Security beneficiaries live. Have you noticed how when seniors have more disposable income, local businesses often see immediate benefits? There's also important information about potential scams to be aware of whenever special payments like this are announced. Unfortunately, fraudsters often target Social Security recipients during payment distributions like this. Remember that the SSA will never call, text, or email you asking for personal information to release your payment. They already have all the information they need to deposit your funds. If someone contacts you claiming to be from Social Security and asks for your Social Security number, banking details, or requests any form of payment to process your $7,000, that's a red flag for fraud. Have you received any suspicious communications lately that might be connected to this payment announcement? Some of you might be wondering how this payment affects other benefits you receive, such as SNAP benefits, formerly food stamps, Medicaid, or housing subsidies. The good news is that this one-time payment has been specifically designated as non-countable income for the purpose of most means-tested programs. This means receiving the $7,000 should not disrupt your eligibility for other assistance programs you depend on. However, it's always wise to consult with benefit coordinators if you participate in multiple programs, as implementation can sometimes vary by state or local jurisdiction. Looking ahead, what does this payment tell us about the future of Social Security? Many policy analysts see this as a potential shift in how the program responds to economic volatility. Rather than waiting for annual adjustments that may lag behind real-world conditions, this could signal a more responsive approach to ensuring beneficiaries maintain their purchasing power through targeted interventions when circumstances warrant. Would you prefer to see more of these responsive adjustments in the future rather than solely relying on the annual COLA increases? It's worth noting that advocacy didn't stop with securing these payments. Organizations representing seniors and disability recipients are continuing to push for broader reforms to strengthen Social Security for the long term. The momentum from this successful campaign for one-time relief is being channeled toward addressing structural issues within the system. Many beneficiaries are getting involved by contacting their representatives to share how this payment impacts their lives and why continued attention to Social Security is essential. Have you considered sharing your story with elected officials to help them understand the real-world impact of these policies? For those who qualify for the payment but don't receive it by the end of this week, the SSA has established a resolution process. You'll need to document that you meet the eligibility requirements and submit a payment trace request if your deposit doesn't arrive within the expected timeframe. The good news is that even if there's a delay, qualified recipients will receive their payments eventually. These funds have been allocated specifically for this purpose and won't expire or disappear if not claimed immediately. Beyond the immediate financial relief, these payments represent recognition of the challenges many Americans face in retirement or while living with disabilities. The social safety net functions best when it adapts to changing conditions, and this responsive measure demonstrates how advocacy and policy can work together to address gaps in support. When beneficiaries receive these funds, they're not just getting financial assistance, they're receiving acknowledgement that their struggles have been seen and deemed worthy of action. As we wrap up today's breaking news, I hope this information helps you understand whether you qualify for the $7,000 payment and what steps to take if you haven't received it yet. Remember to check your bank accounts, verify your information with the SSA if needed, and stay vigilant against potential scams. These funds could make a significant difference in your financial situation during these challenging times. If you found this information valuable, please help spread the word to others who might benefit by sharing this video with friends and family who receive Social Security benefits. Also, drop a comment below letting me know if you've received your payment or if you have questions about the qualification process. I try to respond to as many comments as possible. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you never miss crucial updates like this one. Until next time, take care and keep an eye on that bank account. Your $7,000 payment might be just days away from arriving.